Morning, guys. It is in fact your old pal Brian. Here's the rig. Ben had a great idea. He said perhaps I should video the more picturesque of the parks and places that I go, and give you an idea about the places that I stop. Well, I never being afraid of the banal, I'm going to do just a little slice of life with my current park, which is the Crystal Isle Super Park. We're going to do the garbage run. It's Tuesday, who knows what day, maybe, or Monday, perhaps the 13th or so. And basically, I've been here for 4 or 5 days, and we've gone out on the boat very nearly every day and had a blast. It was just really nice. It was nicer than I thought it was going to be, frankly, because it's kind of a lather, rinse, repeat type deal where you come out and eventually get out on the boat and go to one of about 6 different places, stand in the water, drink beer, and pee. So I didn't, frankly, kind of want to do that on the first bit of an outing for our retirement, and frankly, it was wonderful. It really was. Had a nice time. We've been doing this for about a decade, and you know, we're with a really nice group of people who I love, and there's you know, no drama, just super nice. So was happy to do that. Yesterday, or the day before, the evening before, Miss Ellie started with fairly massive diarrhea. She never has it, and that went on about every 2.5 hours or so for about 24 or so hours. We calmed her GI, gave her bland food, and eventually she started passing blood, which kind of, you know, my wife and I we know how all this works, and didn't really freak us out, but we didn't like it. So yesterday we took her to the emergency vet, and it looks like she just got a really severe case of gastroenteritis. So that's a bunch of dumpsters, ain't it? So they gave her a number of meds. Really nice guy, Dr. Mercer at Crystal River Emergency Vet, or EVET. Just unbelievably nice, and we're proud to recommend him if you're in the area. So there's the entrance. We're driving our little truck, and I'm going to do what we like to refer to as the loop-de-loop. So I'd joked, not really, on more than one occasion, that basically what you do is let's go this way. Oops. What you do is you have a lovely white trash mecca here. Yellow flies are kicking ass today, deer flies. So you come in here with your rig and have plenty of parking. The locals use this place during the summer, and they'll take their rigs out here and drop them off and leave them for months. And then at the end of the season, the northerners, like Ben's family, will come down for the winter. They'll come down basically right after Thanksgiving, and they'll stay through Easter. Either leave just before Easter or just after. And the prices change accordingly. So that's the Sunday Cones and Shakes Hemingway's Delight Soft Serve Snack Shack. And then directly in front of me is the clubhouse with a pool. What they've been doing over the last few years is they've been putting these cabins in as park models and renting them out for people that don't have dirt yachts. The interesting thing right now is usually it is so wet here that you see all this gravel. It's only a couple of feet above sea level at best. And as we go in the back, you'll see how low it gets. It really is a neat piece of flora, Danny, even though you're kind of packed in here. This is for the boating culture, and you can hop on your boat and go out into the canal, your kayak, canoe, or $35,000 Tidewater, and enjoy. Morning, morning. I'm this many.
Are you?
Yeah, it's hard to take a grown man seriously as running his little 4x4 around. So, yeah, you have this, you know, homogeneous community of white trash coming out to enjoy going out and boating every day, and some of the most beautiful machines, man oh man. So what ends up happening is during the week, Monday through Thursday, they start to filter back in the guys that have more control over their schedules, you know, because everybody works here pretty much except for me. That's a beautiful boat. And you know, they gotta go back to work, so they're doing the rental thing, and they're not out here for like 4 days a week. Friday, it becomes a beehive, and people are coming in Friday morning, Friday evening, and then, you know, they try to stay, you know, Friday through Monday. Some of our friends were here yesterday. So yeah, Miss Ellie been sick for a couple of days, and we're able to get meds in her last night, and she did not for about 6 hours pass any fluids. So we may actually be staying here another day. I'm gonna check with the ladies and ask them if it's 10-4 if we stay on our site an extra day. That way we're not traveling with a sick puppy. We'll hit our next destination. That's kind of a cross between a regular trailer and a park model, in that they are predominantly meant to sit, but you can tow it no worries. Nice high ceilings, probably tows like a billboard. So as we get on this side of the park, the west side of the park, you start to get low. You can tell how low it gets, and you'll see, well, these are real low. They don't even rent them out because they're typically underwater. But you can see what happens when the tires get off the pavement here. You end up with ruts, and we'll pass some deep ruts here in a minute. Back to my right, the sun is rising from the east, and we're getting into more. These aren't the premium sites, these are regular sites. Premium sites give you a place to park your boat. So you can see you got a rig and a place to park your boat. And they're like 50 bucks a night. It's actually rather lovely. It's a $4 a day resort tax fee. God damn. I think what we're going to do is cut across here, because I got a deer fly or something that's eating me up. Actually, I hear they're pretty bad where we're going. They're laying gravel down in every one of the low places. That's a fresh pile of gravel there. I'm pleased. I have a long rig, so that means I'm reduced in the amount of places I can park. And they had 2 places for me. They had one reserved. and then one as an alternate. I think we ended up taking the reserve one.